everyone, Brian Rosen here from Evolution Wines and Spirits. We're in our Bucktown location and we're very honored today to have Juan Muga with us. Juan, thank you for coming to Evolution. Juan Muga, as the name would suggest, is the owner, general manager of Muga Vineyards in Spain. Can you tell us a little bit about the vineyard and about the history of your family?
So my family was on the wine business for 200 years.
Okay.
But at the beginning they used just to grow vines, and it was in 1932 when my grandfather started making wines. From the 30s to the 60s, my grandfather used to make only young wines without any aging, because in Spain, after the Civil War, the people used to consume a lot of wine. Like some families, they used to have 6-7 liters per day.
Right.
So it was even children used to have a toast with wine and sugar.
I love it. I love that.
But because we are so big.
Get them started early.
And then in the 68, my grandfather made his first wine aged in oak. 69 died. It was my father and my uncle. They continued the company, and now we are the third generation. My
Amazing.
brother and me, we managed the business, and my two cousins, they managed the technical part of the winery.
That's amazing. Now, in the Muga world, how many wines are produced, or how many cases a year does the vineyard put out?
We do around 150,000 cases.
Amazing. And how many different wine labels or different wines are part of that 150,000 cases?
We do nine different wines.
And what are they?
From the Muga Blanco, Muga Rosado, we made the Cava, which is sparkling wine. We the Reserva, Muga Reserva, Muga Selección Especial, Torre Muga, Pradonea, Aro without age. And there is another one we produce, it's called Eneas. We only use, it's a young wine, only using for the domestic market.
So here we are again, and we're going to taste two wines for you today. We're going to taste the Rosé and the Rioja, and it's not often that we have Juan Muga in our store. In fact, this is the first time we've had Juan Muga in our store, and we're very grateful that you're here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's taste the Rosé first, and we have the Rosé here at all the Evolution stores. And well, cheers to you for starters.
Cheers.
Thank you. This is great. And what should we be tasting here?
But the Muga Rosado, when my grandfather started making wines in 1932, was his first wine he produced, the Muga Rosado. And we are making the wine like my grandfather did. It's mainly Grenache, which is a very funny variety, it's very fruity. Then with 30% Jura, which is a white variety for the acidity, which is important. And 10% Tempranillo, which is also for the body, to give the body to the Rosado. And the rosés, we are looking to do something fresh, funny, fruity.
Right.
Because
this is all that.
Picnic wine, swimming pool wine, barbecue wine.
Yeah. But what you may not know is May is always Rosé month at Evolution Wines, and this is the kind of rosé or rosé in style that is easy to sell. I mean, the price point is very, very fair, and as the weather breaks here in dreary Chicago, this goes really well with the spring and the blooming flowers. This is really a delightfully light and crisp wine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, from light to heavy, we're going to go right into the Reserva. And this is not the Reserva.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is Reserva. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go from light to heavy. We're going to go right in to Muga Rioja, 2007, unfiltered. And what exactly does unfiltered mean?
Unfiltered filter means no filter, no filtration.
Seems simple.
No, it's because our red wines from Muga are not filtered. We fine with egg whites.
With egg whites.
Egg whites. So all the red wines before bottom we clean with egg whites, and then we after 1 month and a half cleaning with the egg whites, because we put on the top the egg,
right,
go down, take all the dirty things from the wines, and the end we have on the bottom the dirty things with the egg whites, and the tap is always higher, right, to take away the wine to be bottom.
Great. So
and that's the old way to clean the wines.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be working.
Yeah, it is.
Let's say cheers to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You notice there's no spitting at Evolution. It all goes right, it all goes right through. And what are we tasting here?
We are tasting the 07 Muga Reserva. It's mainly Tempranillo. We are using 15 years old vines from Tempranillo, 75% with Grenache, Mazuelo, and Graciano. And then we keep 2 years in 60% American oak, 40% French oak, and a year and a half in bottle before market.
Great.
So the Muga Reserva is the wine we produce every vintage, even if the vintage is not as good as we want, because normally 07 wasn't the best vintage, but we did it was the only red wine we produce. All the top wines we didn't produce. So all the grapes normally we use for the top wines we put all together to make the Reserva. In a no very good vintage, our Reserva is even sometimes better.
Got it. Got it. The wine is wonderful. And what's a recommended food pairing?
Food goes very well with beef, with pasta, with chicken. Goes very well this wine.
Right. Okay. Well, at Evolution we carry 5 of the wines from Muga, and what we always do with winemakers and brand ambassadors and people from the vineyards that come into Evolution stores is we always ask them 3 or 4 questions that are a little bit off the cuff. I know you didn't expect this, but 3 or 4 questions that they don't think or they probably don't expect to get asked. So I'm going to ask you some questions. There's no right or wrong answer. It's not at all wine related.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Why?
Because of my children.
because of your children. Okay. Favorite place to travel that's not in your home country?
Chicago.
Well, fine. Perfect.
Thailand.
Thailand. And then favorite place to eat while you're in Chicago?
I like very much Capital Grill.
Capitol Grill.
Yeah.
The big steaks.
Yeah, right.
Great.
Because I'm very beef man.
Yeah, well, you're a big guy. And this final question is kind of a layup for you. Your favorite wine store in Chicago?
Evolution.
Ah, perfect. Well, thanks for coming. Cheers.
Thank you.